Hello, Angela here. Welcome back to my channel. Good to have you join me for a little quickie but a goodie. So that's what we're going to do today. So if it's your first time, very warm welcome. And if you've been waiting for my project this week, well, you're going to enjoy it, I'm sure. We're still working with the bunnies and I have got out my second signature here. So I'm going to just do a very quick little flip through of this one just to remind you. We've got our little bird page there, which is the back of the nest box, and then we've got Peach, we've got a bunny there. This is with the peach bow. We've got a green gingham check. I've got a book page. This is from ABC Floral. Got this page here, which is one of the background pages. I've put in my little project from the envelopes, which we did on Sunday, so that goes in there. And on the back of that lovely ranunculus page is the pink checked gingham. Got a lace page, which we've put on one of these quick little pages that I made about a week ago, I think, on a Sunday. So we've got that there. Lace is printed on both sides, and then we've got this lovely page with the envelope. It's got yellow gingham on the back and Edith Holden book page. Looks like that, but see what you have, guys. Don't just feel you have to do what I do. This is a background page with all the butterflies. I love cutting those out and using them as individual elements. We've got some beautiful pink polka dot there, the lovely wheelbarrow, and we're going to use the other sheet of that today. The sheet we're going to use, and then green polka dot on the back and another lace page front and back. All right, if you had the printed kits, I put in the lace pages for you. Right, and then in the middle is another page. This is Victorian album, I think, and it's a nice rectangular page. I folded it up. I've got an idea for this page over here, and this will go in, and then a lovely idea that's a bit different. I haven't tried it before. We're going to do that there. Right, so on the back, what I'm doing is I'm two from the back now. On the green gingham page, I'm going to do a little project that I'm going to put in over there. So I've just clipped it there to get to it quickly. I'm going to just put that aside. And as I said, I've grabbed this sheet of paper, which I've got a lot of folds on, but just so that I know what I've done. I've just worked it out about half an hour ago. So I thought, gosh, let me just share that with you. Right, it is one of the sheets of paper. I did have a misprint with this, and I did print this on the other side. It's slightly faded, so you can't notice. I'm going to cover up that side, so you don't need to worry about that. And you really could just stick another piece of paper on here to do what I'm going to do. All right, so don't worry if you can't double print it. Just take a sheet of the background paper and put one of the colors on here. I just wanted to use this piece up. Right, so this is an A4. I just want to check here. So I do have it 11 3/4 inches. It doesn't matter that you're going to use a US and it's only 11. You can do this just the same way. I've actually turned over a piece to on this side here, so that would take it to the 11-inch mark anyway. All right, so you can see that's the 11 inches, so don't worry about it. All right, now just to help, and so that we're all on the same page, if you're using A4, take 3/4 inch and score that edge just over there like I've done to make it 11 inches long. All right, if you want to, what I'm going to do is I'm going to reinforce this with my glue stick. I'm just using it as a reinforcer instead of trimming it off. If you want to reinforce yours, which actually I don't think the glue stick was a good one to use here. I'm going to just use the art glitter glue. If you want to do that, just take a scrap piece of paper and stick it on. I'm very mindful of the pockets and things, you know, tearing. So I like to reinforce them. Okay, so we've got that there. We now have 11 inches. Okay, Then what I've done is, I'm just measuring here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 inches, 4.5 inches in. So that is, I think it's 12 centimeters. I will just check that with my ruler. It's 11 3/4 centimeters, sorry. So 4.5, you're going to make another score line there. So at 4.5 or 11 3/4, score a fold line there like that, so that you fold it along that line. Okay, it's an approximation. It doesn't have to be exact. Right, when I first did it, I did it on the wrong space, and then I was left with a, well, I thought, well, too bad. Right, so, you know, there we have it. Okay, and then what remains here is, so you've got your 4.5 inches, and then what we're going to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, and another 4.5 inches. We're going to fold what remains over like that. All right, so we've got 4.5 fold, 4.5 fold, and what remains you're going to turn over. All right, now before we stick anything further down, I have trimmed off a piece here, so that will make us all aligned. We are now at, I think, 7.5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.5 inches. I've trimmed the top bit off, not the bottom. Okay, so I took off, it'll be more for a US, but just, you don't need to trim too much off for a US. You know, you have wider pages than we do. Yours are 8.5, mine's only 8.25. So, you know, it's all relative. You can make yours 7 3/4. Remember, it's just a guide. You'll see what I'm going to do, and it'll all make sense. All right, so I've cut that strip off there. I keep that strip because making decorative page edge strips or whatever, I don't throw any of that stuff away. Okay, so we've got our 4.5, we've got our fold line, we've got our other fold line there like that. Okay, so I'm happy with all of that. Now, this is now ready to do what I want to do with it. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to just, with my glue, and this glue is running, I keep saying that, but it is, must be a different batch or something, but it works, so I'm not moaning. Okay, so I'm just going to make that a little tuck spot. If you wanted to add in a background page because yours is white, this is the time to do it before you stick this bit down. And you don't need to do it for all of the area, just so that you've got from there to about there would do the job. All right, so then we can just stick that down with our finger like that. Okay, now we've got a little pocket in there. And before I move on from there, I'm going to stick the lace down because I'm terrible at forgetting about the lace. And then afterwards, I look at my table and I think, gosh, here's the lace again. So if you're like me, I suppose I don't do that when I'm not filming. For some reason, I think it's just, you know, everything that goes on. I get a bit distracted with the talking and, you know, just doing too many things, trying to stay in frame and everything else that you got to do all at once. And, you know, I should be able to do it. I mean, we ladies after all, but it can be quite daunting trying to get it all, keep conversation going and everything else. So just bear with me. You know, shows you I'm human and not, you know, a robot or something. Right, so now if I can get the lace to go straight, this is cream lace that I bought from Plum Boutique, and you probably have this if you've bought a lace and ribbon pack, but if you don't, I think it's a 10mm one, but it's just a cotton lace. So just have a look what you have. You can use anything at all, ribbon, lace, anything, you know, paper. You can put a strip of paper here. So I've just got that stuck down, and I'm going to just trim the edges here while I'm at it. And this is an easy project and one that's great for beginners, you know, or anybody really. I like doing simple things as well. I like the whole range. All right, so we've got that done. Now, while I'm at it and got all the glues out, and I do have all the glues out, I've got a little green lavender from my die cuts. I've got this one, which is one of the delicate leaves. I'm going to stick these down. And then I've got a little butterfly from my pastel butterflies. And of course, a little sentiment. How lovely the silence of growing things. And isn't that just wonderful? And I do love the sentiments. And I love being reminded of them when, you know, when I make a journal or I'm journaling. So always lovely. Just love it. Positive thoughts to inspire us. And I'm going to use this one, and I do tend to, I've got no little hairs on my hand anymore from the glue wax I give myself on a regular basis, but this is the easy way to do this. It's very satisfying peeling this off. Right, so now just make sure I've got it on the right side. We just want to get those bits in there, press them in a little bit, and then go wherever you see there's still got spare glue on your hand. And much quicker than doing it, you know. Right, so I'm going to put the sentiment down there. So there we go, I've got that there. And then while I'm at it, I'll put that on last. Let's stick this down. I think one of the lovely ladies, was it Helly, told me that art glitter glue is out of stock in places, and it does seem to be so on Amazon. But I did manage to find some at Sir Stamp-A-Lot in the UK. So, you know, if you are a fan of this glue, because you know what, when you asked me what would I use in place of it, that set me my thoughts going. I thought, oh my gosh, what would I use? And I am in love with this. I'd have to just stick with the Fabri-Tac, which is not the greatest, but I mean, it is, but not for this fine work that we like to do. Okay, I'm just getting my butterfly right there. And of course, we'll have to put on a little pearl, won't we? So, little drop of that, and then we'll just pick up one of these without it. There we go. Helen gave me these. Thank you, Helen. They are really handy when I find them. Now, I've got my tool caddy here, so, you know, it's not hard. Right, so that's perfect. I'm loving that. And now I'm going to use this as a tuck spot. I am going to cover this side, though. So what I've done is I've taken a piece of paper that's going to fit here. So measure your paper from there, not quite into that fold line, and then to the end. And I have again put a little bit to fold over here. So this is fitting exactly. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to just, this is just to reinforce the edge, and you know, that's just me. I just do it ad hoc, so it's about 1/2 inch really, mostly. All right, so I've got this piece here now, and what I'm going to do with this is I want to stick this in here, but I'm going to have pockets. So I'm not sewing it, you'll be glad to know. I'm going to glue it. All right, so let's do that. Now, we need to ascertain first of all the halfway mark for this. So I'm going to just use it with this side here, 7.5 inches, or if you've done, you know, whatever length you've done, you want to find halfway. So 3.5 there and 1/4, 3 3/4. How's my math skills? Right, I hope they're okay. I used to teach maths. Let's hope I haven't got it wrong. 3, and I will say before I came to live in the UK, I didn't actually ever use inches. I knew about them, but I used the metric system. Now I've had to learn both, which is Not that I didn't know about them, but you know, you get used to not using them. But anyway, it's not a problem. I use them all the time. Right, so just got that little line there. That I've just used my bone folder to score, if you can see. That's because on both sides I want to run some glue over there once I've run it through the edges. Now on the side I've got the reinforcement, I don't want any glue. I want to do it on the other side, so I'm going to run it over there, and I'm going to do these edges first, like that. And then this line that we've, I nearly said embossed, used our bone folder to create, is our guide. All right, now, as I said, you don't want to get it into that fold. I'm going to start from the top here, and here, and, oops, hopefully I have that right, hopefully, with any luck. Okay, and then just run your finger over that section as well. All right, so there we have that. Okay, great. And now I should have, when this dries nicely, I should have a nice reinforced pocket there and a nice one over there. All right, I'm not going to mess with that too much. You can see I did a wrong fold over there, but that's okay. Right, you can't even notice. Shh. Right, now what I want to do is I want to very quickly, I've got this piece that was in my add-on kit. It's just a pocket that I made with a butterfly, ready to go. So great, and we're going to stick that, I'm going to make it a bit higher, I think, just so that I don't cover up that ranuncular. And then I'm going to just put some glue on there. So this is like good to go. Good to go. So we've got that there like that, really easy. All right, and then I think I'll just put it like that. So I'm just sort of gauging it, and this line's sort of giving me some help too. All right, so we've got a little pocket there as well. So pocket there, two pockets there, a pocket there, and we're going to make a pocket here as well. So what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pockets, and you wouldn't even know they're any when you look at the front. Right, now I love this image. I think I'm going to just put a little sentiment, and I wasn't planning to, but I think I'm going to put something over there. Let me just find one that I think, what about that one? I think that one's great. Can words describe the fragrance of the very breath of spring? Nautier Blanchum. Lovely. Okay. And I do love it. It's my favourite season. It's definitely happening. Although it's a bit over cloudy today. But the birds are singing. I don't even know if you can hear them. But they're very vocal. And I have noticed they get upset. There's definitely a pecking order in birds. So let's get that done. That's just going to finish that off perfectly. And think, like Winnie the Pooh. I'm going to just take a little flower for there. So I've got these little goodies, and I think I'm going to just stick some little flowers on here. So I've got a little, that one, and a little pink one. There we go. So let's put those on. I feel like I've got this skew here. Let me just look at it straight. It's bugging me now, but it's too late, so it'll have to just bug me. Right, I'm going to put the little yellow one. These came from the Spring Foliage die. You've seen me use these a lot, and I need to clean the glue. I do love using them. Just wanted a little bit of excitement on here, just a little bit, and this is going to be it. Right, so I want to just fit those over like that, so that's cute. And then we'll revisit the little pearl again. So let's just get a little speck of glue there. I don't trust the pearls to not come off. Oh, that one's sprung high. It's on the floor now. I'll have to get it afterwards. Okay, and this one didn't even move. What am I like today? All right. There we go. Right. So good to go. You could add other bits and pieces on here as well. If you wanted to add lace, you could do that down there. I'm not going to do it. I'm quite happy with how it looks there. Right, let's get that into our book. So we've got our little book, our signature. We're going to the back here, and just going to take that clip off. Makes a little dent in my pages, but it's removed easily. Now here's my fold line just over here, so I'm mindful of that. And as I said, I wanted to keep this as a little pocket. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just be mindful of this. Don't want this too far down. I think this sort of area. I've got my pencil handy just so that I can draw my little lines. So I think it's going to be over there and over there. Now you won't see those lines, but it just tells me where I want it, just so that I can fit something to tuck in over there. Right, so this is the side I don't want the glue on, and now I'm going to just stick this at the top, across the end here, like that, and then just a little bit over on this side as well. And I'm making these lines a little bit thicker than I normally would, because this is what's going to attach and hold this to our page. Right, so now I've got this here. We want to get it over there. We want to get it there. And with the pencil marks, it tells me I don't have to panic and think, have I got it right, and look at all the sides while the glue is doing a very quick setting job. So that's why I do that. And you can't see the pencil lines because you've covered them. Right, so I think that's a good job. Just gives you those extra minutes. Okay, so we've got all of that in place. You can open it up, just press it along the edges there. This is open, of course, and so is this. So we're ready to go. And how lovely is that looking with all those lovely layers? And I love that. That's from the Floral ABC book, which I love. Perfect for this. So we're going to start at the back. So I've got a couple of bits here. This one is from my ephemera kit. Love that. And I've just put a little small circle with my punch and an eyelet and a piece of the lovely ribbon, the green, and I'm going to stick that in just over there. So that's just going to peek out. I love the font there, the penmanship. And then over here, this is another piece. It was quite a large piece, but I've backed it with my background page from the Spring mini journal, because I just love that as a backing page, and I've just stitched around it, and just look at those, absolutely stunning. So that's going to go into this bit over there. Great journaling card. Then I've got this beautiful one. I've added some yellow because I had a lot of green and pink in here, and I just wanted to pick up on the yellow bits. So into our pocket we will be putting in that little journaling card, and I'm just putting in one to try and keep it pretty flat. So we've got that over there, and then this little bit here, we've got two journal cards like this. So this is the beautiful Catherine Klein one of my favorites of all time. And if I can see where it's going to go, that's going to go in there. All right, and then this one, beautiful basket of flowers, also Catherine Klein, that's going to go in there. All right, now I will say, just so that you know, before I sewed around these, I just took about 1/4 of an inch off the base of this one and that one, and I sliced it off. It wasn't much at all, but in case you're wondering, just so that before I sewed it, I put them in there to see how far they would stick out. So just so that you know, so that's going to go in there like that. And there we go. That's our page. So this can now just line up where it's meant to go. It's going to go over there. And that's going to be our little project for today. So I hope you like it. All right, everybody. That's your Tuesday project, or Wednesday in some places by the time you see this. Go and give it a go. Really easy. Great way to decorate pages. Lots of writing space in a really small area. And this could also be a standalone project. You could make this as a happy mail if you just covered the back, you know, for somebody. And I think that they would absolutely adore it. So go and do that. Have fun. Let me know what you think about it, or drop a post in my Facebook group. Don't forget, I've got the sale running. So it's the part of my birthday sale from last week. Got 30% off on digital. So please go and pop over there and take a look. And I'll see you guys all later on in the week. Stay well. Bye-bye.